Alright, so it's me again, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video. And the reason why is because we're going to be talking about video games, but not just video games, the music in video games. And video games have a variety of different songs and tunes and stuff like that, from, you know, not just like, you know, from racing cars, like tracks and songs like that, from level stages and stuff, all these other different themes and whatnot. But one that goes underlooked heavily is character creation screens, and also character select screens. The screens where you are selecting your character for a fighting game, or the screens where you're creating your character in a MMORPG or a game like Monster Hunter when you're making your character and stuff like that. These themes tend to go overlooked, because the fact that they're often there for like a few seconds and you're on to the main theme, which is that stage that you're fighting on, that world you're exploring, or that kart track that you're racing in. So you never have a time to like soak in those themes. So today I want to talk about those themes. And I have some friends alongside here with me. You know, they'll give their takes as well, and I'll introduce them, or I'll let them introduce themselves in their own, you know, audio or whatever. But they have their own footage and everything like that they found, so this should be a fun one. For me, I'll go first. Video game theme, well, a character select theme that lives rent-free in my head, to the point that even though the game is not widely received anymore or widely played, is DNF Duel. DNF Duel has one of the craziest character select themes ever, to the fact that to this day I still listen to it, and the theme has so much energy behind like all the instruments and the layering of it, to the fact that it makes me want to go home and play some DNF Duel. And I'll play it. I'll go home and I'll play DNF Duel. Granted, there's not a lot of people online, but I'll go in the lab just play some DNF Duel. To the fact that like I wish that the theme, the character select theme, wasn't the character select theme. I wish it was a stage theme so I can listen to it more. I don't want to leave the screen because the theme is so good. Linking Souls, I think it's called Linking. Linking is so good. And that shit's only a minute. It's like only a minute and 20-some seconds or something like that. But God, is it such a good theme. But I digress. That game has one of the best fighting game themes of all time. Arguably my favorite fighting game theme of all time.
Is it on? Is this bitch working? Hi, bitches. I absolutely want to thank Denomon for featuring me in a video that I know for damn sure he's passionate about. I've heard this man fangirling over DNF Duel's character select theme almost as many times as I've heard him fangirl over Cream the Rabbit. So you know it's serious. Let's talk. DFO, the game that DNF Duel is based off of, you know, that amazing fighting game that deserves another chance, by the way. Anyways, DFO has had many character select themes over the years, but the original one is the one that I want to focus on, as this original song has so many different layers within a 2-minute window that it's kind of breathtaking, and it's truly a masterclass in like music production, if I may be honest with you. So that opening that you hear, where it's just, you know, that very light percussionist, that almost like xylophonic wind chiming, you know, very dreamy, very light, very calm opening, you know, just beautiful, because you don't really expect that from a game called Dungeon Fighter Online. But once you get into that first act around 23 seconds in, you know, you notice that there's a tone shift. It's very adventurous. It's very serious. There's great build-up in there. But that build-up is all for a gorgeous guitar riff in the second act. That second act sits up there and serves as, I would say, the meat and potatoes of this character select theme, as it now takes this, you know, song that was already very adventurous and very serious, and adds a sense of conflict. You know something's brewing. You know there's going to be a great threat. You just don't know what it is. And it's not scary, but it's very much something that is stuck in the back of your head as you're selecting your character in your class, at least for the first time. But once you go back to that third act, it's very dreamy, but it's very enigmatic. It's very mysterious. It sounds like almost as if someone is calling to you. Someone is trying to tempt you to come to fate so that you can really sit up there and go on this adventure. But once we get back to that final act, it blends the opening and the first act gorgeously. It sounds very majestic with those horns going off in the background. Like a king or a queen, some sort of royalty is being called to arms. And then right back, they do that gorgeous guitar riff yet again, right back into the second act to loop. It's truly a work of art. And I can see why DFO has been around for 20 years if they have music like this. And trust me, the gameplay's fun too. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll be back for my other song. So stay tuned.
Man, one of my favorite like fighting game themes, or like I guess customization themes, has to come from Tekken Tag 2. The song is called Your Sunset, and man, let me tell you something, bro. I promise you listen to this theme for the first time, you will literally be sitting there and just vibing, bro. That theme like brings nothing but like good memories for me, because it was just at a time where all I did was play fighting games with my friends in my free time, because it was like my best hobby was fighting games. And that theme was like a song I heard the most, because we all enjoy messing around with the character customization in Tekken Tag 2. It was such a fun game, and the theme was so well liked, they even brought it into the Tekken card theme that they had on mobile, which was pretty fun too, and I would love to see come back. But Your Sunset as like a theme itself, it's just a vibe, bro. Like if you've never heard it, especially once the beat like fully kicks in and it just drops, it's probably one of the most chillest themes I have ever heard in my life. And even in Tekken 8, they brought back the jukebox. I've actually set it to like not only the character customization theme, but the main menu music as well, because I think it's just that phenomenal of a theme.
That being said, I'm going to keep on the trend of fighting games here. Now, this was a hard thing for me to choose, because I thought of like other things, like my favorite MMO of all time being Trickster Online. That has a very amazing character selection theme, or just login theme. Theme is amazing, but I decided to go with a different theme that's also overlooked. And I thought of Trickster at the last minute, so I couldn't put it here. I got to go with what I was originally thinking of. And that theme is Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS. Now, I know that this game itself gets a lot of flack, a lot of hate, Bayonetta and the shit that happened at Evo and whatnot. All that shit. I get it. But what we're not gonna say is that the theme for that game isn't amazing. I will argue with people that theme, it might be top 3. I know that's a crazy take. I know that take is insane, because you got 64, which is very nostalgic. You got Melee, which is nostalgic but also extremely good in its own right. Then you got Brawl, which, you know, come on, everybody knows Brawl theme. People live, eat, breathe Brawl's theme, and, you know, just Subspace Emissary. But then you have, you know, Ultimate, which is World of Light. I'm not gonna lie to you, I hate it. I don't like World of Light at all. But 4, on the other hand, that theme had just enough energy and power. Like, even with like the little like halftime / breakdown section, like it's heavy. Like, it's a good theme. Like, shit, when I play Ultimate to this day, well, I don't play Ultimate as much as I used to. I play most of the rivals at Baker too, but when I do play Ultimate, my themes switch between Melee and 4, because 4's theme is so good. But those are my takes on my favorite themes. You know, my favorite fighting, not fighting themes, sorry, my favorite character select themes, and my favorite, you know, menu themes for character creations as well. But let's hear what you know, the others have to say about their themes and whatnot.
Alright, I'm gonna place him here to block these enemies, and oh, Is it my turn again? Alright. Let me pause Arknights to talk about another character selecting that is very near and dear to my heart, Final Fantasy XIV. I've been doing my best to get Dino out of MMO retirement, especially since 14 is on Xbox now. With a little bit more patience, a little bit more convincing, and maybe showing him a cute character or two, y'all might see some Denomon and Eorzea shenanigans. Fingers crossed. I hope. The song you're currently hearing is called Prelude Discoveries. This song, like much of Final Fantasy XIV itself, is a gigantic love letter to the Final Fantasy XIV series. Prelude was composed by Nobuo Uematsu, the godfather of goddamn Final Fantasy XIV. Well, not just Final Fantasy XIV, the godfather of Final Fantasy, if I'm going to be damn honest with you. Without him, there would be no Final Fantasy, if I'm just going to be completely damn honest. Masayoshi Shoken has decided to deliver his take on this incredibly classic piece of art. This opening is very much just classic Prelude. You've heard this theme 100 times if you play Final Fantasy, as you should, because for good damn reason, it always just sets the pace. It's very much just a very light harp, simple theme that you can just feel at peace to. Especially because if you know Final Fantasy, shit's gonna not be peaceful very soon. After you just hear this very peaceful song, it starts to pick up and you start to hear percussions that are not usually heard in such themes. These drums just kind of ignite a sense of adventure and a sense of calling, like you're about to embark on this epic fucking journey that you've never gone on in your life. And as this plays out, it gets more complex as it progresses towards that final act. And as we settle upon that final act, it slows down dramatically to contrast with all of what we just heard. It really wants to emphasize that nostalgia and that feeling of longing, that feeling of comfort almost, as if it's kind of embracing you in a warm hug, almost like you're just coming home off of a really long, hard day's work, and you can sit down on the couch and just play and escape for a little bit after dealing with the mundane hustle and bustle of life. It really, whenever I hear this song, it really just kind of transports me back to those days of, childhood, where I would just go to school, come home, eat something, play games, go to sleep, and just do it all over again. It's truly a masterclass of just making you feel something. And with that, these are the two songs that I've talked about. Surely y'all want to play Final Fantasy XIV, right? I hope so. If you don't, I'm not listening, but I am judging. Take care till the next video, you guys. Bye-bye.